Lab Talk, episode 14.
It just feels
Your
right,
boy
man. We back at it.
Triune. New week, new money, new ideas, new ambition. I'm feeling good. How y'all feeling out
Heard
there?
around the world.
Lab Talk, Lab Talk, Lab Talk, Lab Talk. Let's go.
This is the sound of a legend. Bet they will never forget it. Make all my failures look precious. Now that I know where I'm headed, gotta give God all the credit. Cause my life was sliding like debits. Even start reading the message. I couldn't see my own blessing. Now that the ego went rapping, I see the vision and focus was lacking. I talked to Tri, he said, brother, you slacking. You got it, homie, so why ain't you rapping? Fuck all the capping, just show them your action. You from the...
Lab Talk, Lab Talk, Lab Talk, episode 14. How y'all doing? I'm good. As I said earlier, new week, new money, new goals, new ambition. I just feel refreshed, and I hope you guys do too. So, Lab Talk episode 14. I wanted to talk about something that I saw. So I'm a fan of a podcast that's on the Joe Budden podcast network. I hope I said that right. And it's called See the Thing Is. It's with Bridget Kelly, Mandy B, I believe, and Olivia Dope. Very dope podcast, by the way. Love seeing women, black women in particularly, doing their thing, expressing their views, and just getting open. I love it. It's dope. I came across a segment, though, that made me want to respond to something. And it was a segment about PS5s, video games, and a female's perspective on those things. And so I'll start out with Mandy B because I think she was the first person that I saw speak in this segment. And she had an interesting take. So she was pretty much anti-video games of any dude that she was going to be with. And she said, of the last 10 good sexual partners she had, none of them played video games. And she remembers the bad sexual partners that she had playing video games. Mandy, got love for you. But come on, man. It's hard for me to believe that you kept count or that you were tallying this. It is. But I just want to let you know that the two don't correlate. And I want to be clear. I'm not the guy here that's like defending video game playing. I'm not a gamer. I used to play games, like play video games 10 years ago. I used to be in the Call of Duty. And I will be real with you. I empathize with gamers for this reason. I went through my phase, and I realized how much of a stress reliever it was in that time in my life. 10 years ago, I had just gotten married. I was having my now 10-year-old daughter. She had just been born. And Call of Duty was a great stress reliever and is a great thing to just kind of do during downtimes. So I enjoyed it. I don't really have the time for it now, keeping it 100, but I empathize with those that do it and have the time to do it. But I found that ironic that she said that. Moving on to Bridget Kelly. Bridget Kelly had a very interesting take as well. Her take was basically saying that most of the guys that play Madden or 2K are not good at it anyways, and it's really just a way for us to relive our failed athletic careers. Damn, Bridget. For real? So I couldn't have been nice in high school and just decided that I wanted to play Madden or 2K today. I have to be living through something. My take on that is I just feel that that's disingenuous. Sometimes men just like shit, and it's okay. Before I even had any sort of aspirations as an athlete, I loved basketball, and I loved football, and I loved a myriad of sports, not just those two. And I played video games as a kid. I played sports games as a kid. I played Madden as a kid. I played NBA Jam as a kid. I played these games. So, kind of hard to take the failed athlete route. And as well, I do want to mention, just to the audience, not necessarily to Bridget, but if she does see this by a chance in hell, you should know that there's only 450 NBA players and there's a little under 1,700 NFL players. So if Madden and 2K were only for people that actually made it to the league, there wouldn't be a Madden or 2K. And then I want to talk about Olivia Dope. I do want to say this, Olivia. You got a fire name. I've never met you. If we do meet at some point when this world opens back up, because I do frequent New York and Jersey, and I be in, spots in the clubs and all that, so I may run into you at some point. But you have a dope name. I'll tell you that in person if I ever run into you. But you did have a dope take as well. Your take was basically saying, I believe when one of your children were born, your significant other and you decided to use video games as a way to kind of bond and also as a stress reliever. And I really appreciate you being open-minded about it. And that leads me to kind of my last little point. Ladies, I wish that you guys would just pick a side, right? So coming up with these elaborate ideas as to why men enjoy shit, it's probably not going to work in your favor. So I think you should pick a side. I think you should either accept the fact that your man enjoys shit just for the purposes of enjoying it because it's just something that he likes, or admit that you don't like your man having fun unless it involves you. One or the other. But it can't be these elaborate ideas that you kind of make up in your mind. Sometimes men just like shit. And not to, ring off the same bell that most men ring off, but I got to a little bit. Men have a lot of responsibility. If you're a man, you have a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of boys out here, I get it. There's a lot of developing young men out here. But if you're a man, you have a lot of responsibility. Our significant others rely on us. Our children rely on us. Extended family relies on us. And for multiple purposes. Sometimes we just want to unplug and just do some shit that has nothing to do with the world or nothing to do with our responsibilities. And I'm sure that's where, the 2K and Madden shit comes into play. Now, fellas, I got to address you a bit. Balance. 12 hours a day on Madden is not going to work at all. So balance it out. Spend some time with your lady. Spend some time on your game, but don't give it up for your lady. Don't do that. So that's Lab Talk, episode 14. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when we have new uploads. Like, comment, share with me your thoughts, because I really want to know how y'all feel about this. And I want to know if I got some gamers that are watching this channel as well. So that's Lab Talk. We'll be back on Thursday. I appreciate your viewership. Peace.